All right. Okay. Take one more. One more.
We have 2 more though.
Okay, we'll take 2 more.
All right.
They have to.
Okay. Well, this one is really good. It is Thomas, and he wants to talk about how to tell if a girl is flirting with you.
Is this my Thomas?
You're on with Hannah and Jenna.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
It's my Thomas.
I'll try to be quick because I know that you're over time, but I've got some advice for Ian as someone who most of my life was incredibly socially awkward and homeschooled and didn't pick up on cues and was the type of guy who throughout high school, girls wouldn't throw a Coke on if I was on fire. Like it was just not noticed. And as far as trying to determine like if someone is interested in you, obviously you have an uphill battle as someone, who has autism. Like it's going to be hard to pick up on certain cues. But my advice would be, 1, try to find someone who is a reputable relationship expert or coach. Don't look for like pickup artists because you're going to get some like really like kind of shitty sexist advice, and they're going to, maybe be like talking about ways to like trick women to be with you. And that's not the type of relationship that you want. But if you find someone to be like a therapist who like specializes in, relationship therapy and like trying to determine, different signs and different things and ways that people flirt, ways that people show interest. And then I think that the advice that Jenna gave, where it's like you bring, a friend who's like a platonic relationship, a girl who's willing to help you along to like kind of see and measure and maybe people watch and watch couples and see like how they flirt with each other and like start to pick up on cues. But just because someone displays one of those cues to you that could potentially be flirting, like, Ethan was saying when a girl, touches you a lot, well, you can have friendly touch. Yeah, that's not true. Flirtatious. Like if someone just reaches out and touches your hand, they could just be offering sympathy. And so,
good point.
Just if you talk with them and you're very like open and honest and sincere, like people across the board appreciate sincerity. So if you're not coming across in a predatory way, but you're genuine with them, and you say like, hey, I have a really hard time picking up on cues. I feel like you're flirting with me, and like. You can even say it in a way that's friendly and that's kind of, like maybe kind of add a little laugh or something to it. And if they're not, they'll be like, no, I was just being friendly. And you're like, oh, okay, I gotcha. It's no big deal. Like you haven't, you haven't made the situation awkward. Now, if let's say that they touch your arm and then you just lean in for a kiss, then it would be awkward because you may have read too much into it, but simply asking is fine.
Right.
So that would be kind of my advice is like, 1, study and learn and stuff, because it's going to take a lot more effort and it's going to take a lot more work just to pick up on the cues. But it's something that you can start to learn, because like I used to be really bad at it, and I kind of, started like kind of trying to figure out signs and stuff. And then my second part, and I'll keep this shorter, is put yourself out there. Like I know it's terrifying. You're going to get shot down. Like you might get shot down 10 times out of 10, and maybe the 11th time is the lucky, charm. And then you find and meet someone. Maybe it's 100 times, but like the more times that you put yourself out there, even if you don't end up in a relationship, you end up with good stories and you have a good time and you go out and you spend time with people and you kind of get a feel for like what type of people are a bad match for you anyways, and what type of people are fun to be around. And you might make some friends. And that are platonic, or you might end up in a relationship. But the more times you put yourself out there, it's time for it's practice.
I completely agree with Thomas, and to add to that, I would like to say that I think my dating situations improved when I started focusing more on just like getting to know people rather than like looking for a partner. I made a lot of excellent friends just from meeting up off dating apps or Facebook, rather than like trying to go in with, yes, I want to date this person. I like just
ulterior motive end goal.
That's hard. That's hard to do.
It is, but it's worked well for me. I have met some friggin' awesome people just by doing that. And it does genuinely,
Well-
like, it helped build my confidence around women again and get me more comfortable simply by having, you know, friends who are women.
We rock.
Yeah, and I would say fire on all fronts. Like, go join a club where you're dancing, and it's like there's nothing sexual about it, but maybe you go and you learn how to swing dance or salsa, and you're getting comfortable being around people of the opposite sex. You're getting comfortable with touch in a platonic way, and you're not gonna freak out as much in those situations. Because I know, like, I was so nervous, and then I went to college and I joined a ton of like extracurricular groups, and it wrenched me out of my comfort zone and made me more comfortable in all kinds of situations by putting myself in those situations. Have platonic friends, and then also, you know, download Tinder, or like get on a dating site, or, you know, go to a speed dating thing, or, you know, find places where you can, you know, meet where you are interested in dating. But like every single one of those, like, it doesn't have to be a rush to like dive into the first relationship of someone who takes interest in you. Like, be careful about that, but just like, don't be afraid to kind of explore and experiment and push your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah,
Tom
Thomas has come.
really good at this stuff.
He's come a long
Yeah.
way.
I mean, look how far he's come. Look at
Can I tell you, speaking of like being direct when you think someone's flirting with you, can I tell you what this boy said to me? Can I tell them? He doesn't know what I'm going to say.
What is it?
Well, it's not incriminating, but when we were like messaging each other over Facebook, when like we were, you know, I was still living in California, and we were kind of like, we started to talk all the time. What did he say? He said, so like, we've been talking a lot, and I really like you, and I think you like me too. Am I wrong?
Aw, that's perfect.
Aw, it's like so like, I think you like me too, don't you? I don't know, like it was sweet, but it was like so.
He was right.
Well, no, it was like, what was interesting is like I was like kind of interested, but he was like so ballsy that I was kind of like, yeah, I guess I am into you. Like, fuck, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I really am.
So that's the thing, is any woman or version of woman can take that differently.
Yeah, but
So
I
it literally, it literally depends on the person, and it can work. It can have worked with Thomas, and there could have been somebody named Darren 6 weeks ago that tried the exact same thing and it didn't work. You know, so it's it just depends.
But I liked him.
I only pulled that because, like, after years of, you know, being in relationships and trying things and stuff, because, you know, now my whole high school I was awkward as shit. When I was in college I was super awkward, but like that was 10 years ago.
You're still awkward.
I've been really putting myself out there since. And, you know, I would not have tried that it sounds like I'm like, you know, pulling strings or, you know, doing something like manipulative, but like I would not have asked that if I wasn't pretty confident that Hannah liked me at that point.
Right. Every day.
At that point, like I
Right, it wasn't like, hi, do you like me?
I'm Thomas Westbrook. You like me, right?
The other thing is, it's a lot of it too. Like, as you build confidence, like, confidence is sexy. No matter who you are, like, it's not arrogance. Don't be arrogant, but like having confidence is kind of hot. And if you're, you know, if you're friendly and nice and you're not manipulative and you're not just trying to use someone, but you're confident in yourself, like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, you know?
I thought it was sexy.
Yeah, it's sexy. But Thomas, we got to wrap up because we're over time. We still got one more caller we got to get to.
Yeah, get out of here.
All right.
Thank you, Thomas.